Hey guys, it's Bishilzy here, and welcome to episode 43 of the Berlin Dynamo series. As you can see today, our opponents are recently relegated Hertha Berlin. They've dropped down from the Bundesliga last season, getting relegated. And I decided that, versing them at the Olympia Stadion in Berlin is a pretty good game to sort of come back to. So here we are. Anyway, I've got a few more things to go over. We've got some transfers to go over quickly, as well as recent fixtures. As you can see, a few more players left the club. Schreiber went on loan to Aachen, and then we sold Barschland. So Barschland started complaining, obviously, when I brought in Mateus back on loan, as you can see there. Barjlin started to kick up a stink. Essentially got to think about 10 members of the locker room, somewhere around 10 to 12 maybe. They were all backing him up as well. And I basically said, I don't really want to start him. He doesn't really deserve it. Because he was playing pretty poorly at that time as well. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to have any squad disharmony that's going to, essentially, potentially is probably the right word for it, potentially throw our season out of whack. So yeah, I sold him to Lingby for 115,000. Not very much, but at the end of the day, I'm happy to get a bit of a troublemaker out of here. Like I said, he was pretty dreadful, last season, and yeah, just didn't play for me this season. So didn't really want him to play for me this season either. So yeah, we got rid of him. As far as the players in, I mentioned Mateus, obviously coming back on loan. That was a big signing for us from Benfica. We then actually signed this guy from another one of the sort of, I think it's like Benfica, like a lower Benfica team, like an amateur team in Portugal. But we signed this guy, Antonio Cruz, a pretty decent centre midfielder. He can play on the right as well, but has zero pace. I kind of like the look of him. He's 22, still pretty young. He's got really good mentals, really lacking pace, but good strength on him. Lacking jumping reach as well. It's a bit of a strange one. I looked at him and I was like, you know what? He kind of fits a box-to-box midfielder role. He's got good work rate, good teamwork, good off the ball, good tackling, good first touch, good long shots, pretty much good everything except for the pace. I have started him, as you can see. He's played 4 games, and he's got a 6.6. So as a result of that, I decided to go for a couple of loans on deadline day. And I'll show you our recent form. It's not great. Basically, we didn't win in 4 games, and we suffered 3 defeats. So I was a little bit panicky at the end of the transfer window. Anyway, we signed this guy here on loan, Carlos Duarte. Just a very solid wingback. Looks really good on that left-hand side. And again, we signed this guy here earlier in the transfer window, Cano. And I thought he might be a bit of a better player to come in and, yes, have a bit of seniority and solidify maybe the wingback position on the left. But he's been pretty dreadful. He's been pretty bad. And as a result, Duarte comes in and he looks good. He's actually our key player in the sort of team general info there. And then, of course, sticking with the Portuguese theme I've got going on at the moment, we went back in for Veloso dos Santos from Porto. Of course, this guy was on loan last season. Absolute beast. Played very well for us, as you can see by the stats here. Almost getting a 7 average rating throughout 29 games. Very good stuff. Played 1 game there for Portugal's B team, or Porto's B team, I should say. I'm looking at Portugal there. And then obviously coming back in, had a good game for us for his first game back as well. They're the transfers. I will go over those recent fixtures. Of course, last episode was a 2-1 victory over Regensburg, and then a 3-2 victory over Braunschweig. We followed that up with a 4-1 victory over Frialdelhoven. Go with that. In the DFB Pokal first round. Of course, they're a regional league team. Actually, you know what? I want to show you the stats for this one. I want to show you this goal. One of the best goals I've ever seen, and it comes from a semi-professional player. It's pretty ridiculous. Absolute weldy. You can see this guy passes inside. Carabel turns and then just bangs it, top bins. Incredible goal. When I saw that one go in, I was like, am I versing a semi-professional team here? I don't know. Anyway, Pavicic on the score sheet, Barry on the score sheet there as well. Jabali getting his first goals for the club. Actually getting 2 goals in that game as well. So impressive stuff. However, that's where our sort of form turned around a little bit. We went into the next game against Dynamo Dresden, our rivals. And we can only manage a 1-1 draw. Although you look at the score sheet here, Mbala opened the scoring for us there in the 34th minute. They got an equaliser in the 97th minute. There was only 6 minutes of added time. So, yeah, that should tell you all you need to know about how things have been going recently. We followed that up with a 3-0 loss at home to Bochum. Just got completely destroyed in this game. Nikolic on a 6.1, Mateus on a 6.1. Not good. We followed up with a 2-1 loss against Darmstadt as well, a team that we theoretically should be beating. Jabali opening the scoring there, so we were 1-0 up until the 56th minute. They get an equaliser, and then an own goal by Shiloh in the 91st minute. You might say it's unlucky, but it's still a loss, and it's a home loss as well. We then lost 4-1 against Kaiserslautern. Kaiserslautern, they're a weird team. They can be very good some days, and then other days we can beat them pretty easily. Mbala had a goal disallowed. Had that been allowed, it might have been a bit of a different game. They got a goal, then had a penalty that they scored. I suppose it evens itself out when they have a goal disallowed like that as well. Mbala got us a goal back, but then, yeah, they scored 2 more. Once again, another 90th plus minute goal. Very frustrating to keep conceding that late into games. I did bounce back though. This was after the signings as well. A 3-0 victory over Karlsruhe. Pretty good game from us. A clean sheet as well. Nikolic with a 7.9. You love to see it. Anyway, Gel finally on the score sheet for this season. I mean, we're 8 or 9 games in, something like that. And he's only just now found the net for the first time. And he was the leading goal scorer for the whole league, the whole 2 Bundesliga last season. So, yeah, I'm happy he's finally scored, and hopefully we have many more to come. Pavicic also on the score sheet, man of the match as well in this game. And Senhaji coming off the bench in midfield. And yeah, that leaves us today with Hertha Berlin. And then we've got Nuremberg as well. Always a tough game against Nuremberg. One other thing to mention when we go in here is I have slightly tweaked the tactic. So I tweaked it after the Kaiserslautern game, the 4-1 loss. And that's on the right side. I've gone fullback instead of wingback. And I put it on support. So I'm hoping that'll sort of... Wingback defend didn't really make much sense to me when I was thinking about it. When I was sort of dissecting the tactic a little bit and really looking over it. It doesn't make sense to have a wingback that's defensively minded. Now, to have a fullback that's supportively minded, I feel like fullbacks are very much more defensively minded, irregardless. We'll actually have a look here. As you can see, it's primarily a defensive player. And they're prepared to get forward when the team needs width. With an attacking winger, I don't really see us needing too much extra width. So I'm hoping that primarily that right-sided fullback is essentially going to do that job and stay back. So hopefully that's the case. Romero's been absolutely dreadful recently. He's improving, which is good, I guess. He's 24 years old. He's still got a little bit of potential about him. But yeah, Shiloh, he's 22. He's good defensively and he's got pretty good physicals, but he doesn't have a lot going forward. So therefore I thought that kind of suits a fullback more when he can sit back, maybe get forward, use his pace a little bit. And he actually played pretty good last game. I think he got like a 6.9 or a 7, something like that. And looked relatively solid. So yeah, And then we got Duarte, who had an 8-match rating in his first game on debut. So very happy with that. Anyway, that's the lineup for today. So Dos Santos in at midfield, box to box. Pereira's up top. Havicic is finally back in. He's been out with a pretty bad injury for the last sort of 6 weeks. Mateus, Naranjo, they've got this, decent partnership, which was a dotted line previous to last game. So, yeah, prior to last game, sorry. Everything else, Shiloh's sort of going to stick in that position for now. I think Romero, it kind of suits him as well. As you can see, it's sort of his, most suited position, I guess. But we'll have to wait and see. He might actually flourish in that role potentially. I mean, his positioning is going up. His mentals are starting to go up as well. We'll just have to wait and see. Also, Nikolic, hopefully now that we're a little bit more defensively solid in the back line, maybe Nikolic won't be sort of exposed to as many shots, shall we say. Anyway, we'll advance like that. Jabali, I think, is injured at the moment, so he only picked up a knock, so he's only going to be out for a few days, but does miss this game as he's still got the yellow injury card next to his name. Anyway, but Hertha Berlin, it's a big game. It's always a big game against them. Olympia Stadion has, 74,000 capacity? And I'm looking forward to this game. It's been a while. And of course, Hertha, they signed Soonsup Bell. I still haven't forgotten. I'm still filthy about it. They actually sold him this transfer window. Soonsup Bell is actually in our favoured personnel in the club. So I found that pretty interesting as well. All right, Mbala goes back to Dantas. Oh, that's good. That should have been a goal. That's good ball movement by Mbala. Yeah, he's actually on a 7.4 already. The game's just started. That's disappointing from Dantas, though. I feel at times Dantas can be a little bit of a liability. He's only got 5 strength, and he's very short. I think he's like 168 centimeters or something, which is very short for a footballer. It's messy height, essentially, as Bamba gets in behind there for Hertha. And that's his first ever goal. And apparently Nikolic with the error. So, once again, Nikolic is at fault, and he's on a 6.3, and we concede from our first shot on target. First shot as well, actually. And we're behind in the derby. Duarte's shot is blocked. And Hertha are coming forward once again. They're getting players forward. Shiloh, massive tackle there. Really good intervention. Gel, we need him to start firing. Duarte almost loses a ball there. We finally get it somewhat clear. And we're starting to move the ball around. Shiloh up to Pereira and Mbala. He's got those legs, man. He's got that pace. Absolute beast. And that's a brilliant cross. Straight onto Gel's foot. And Gel, he's back, baby. He's back. And I love it. The talisman deep lying forward. And he gets us level in the Berlin Derby. Shiloh goes back to Matus, to Naranjo, Duarte, back to Naranjo, Havicic, always dangerous. Gel, can he cross? Yes, he can. Passes to Pereira. We're 2-1 up. We're looking good. We're actually looking really good. That passing movement down either wing, it's working for us today. Working for us. All right, Dantas with a corner. Ooh, is that a penalty? No, it's going to be a free kick for us. For them, realistically. We do get a free kick, though. Dantas puts it just over the crossbar. Of course, we don't have Prevel anymore to take our free kicks. So again, I'm not really going to expect anything from... All right, we're approaching half-time. We look good. I know we conceded that goal, but they've literally had nothing since, so that makes me very happy. Gonna praise the boys, and we'll just get straight back out there. Mbala's on a 9 match rating, Gel's on an 8.8. We're finally looking good. There was a moment there where I thought, are we going to be relegation candidates this season? And we're playing a bit of risky passing here. Veloso dos Santos up to Gel. Nice little ball to Perea. Can he finish? Yes, he can. What a beautiful goal, man. We are playing some beautiful football. I love to see it. Going to ease Veloso dos Santos off. I might even take him off. He's on a 6.7. You see what I mean? The defense, it just feels a little bit more solid. We'll see what happens with this highlight. I don't know what happened there. Mateus almost looked like he gave away a penalty. The fullback position just feels more comfortable. Maybe it's just the players that we have. I don't know. Anyway, Dantas is breaking forward here. We're on a bit of a counter-attack. Goes inside. Veloso dos Santos. Oh, he shoots and he scores. What a man. I'm so happy we could bring him back on loan. And we're only paying $675 per week of his wages. Cheap as chips. Same thing for Duarte. I think we're paying like something ridiculous for Duarte, like 60 per week or something like that. Absolutely insane stuff. I'll have to double check that, but it's not much at all. Oh, look at Mbala's pace there. God, he's so quick. Still love the man. All right, they put it behind. Oh, penalty. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. I mean, we're absolutely destroying Hertha today. This could be 5-1. Dantas. Finish. He does. Keeper goes the right way, but we do score. That's 5-1 in the Berlin Derby. All right, let's make a sub. I think we'll go Veloso dos Santos. We'll go Cruz. Go Cruz. I'll get him to tackle harder as well. He's sort of slightly more defensive minded as well. Pavicic as well we'll go for Hendricks. Hendricks has been very weak as well, so I'd like to see him play a little bit better. All right, we've got a free kick here. Not actually too sure who's taken it. It's going to be Hendricks. Can he bang it in? He can. He's been on the pitch for about 3 minutes. I don't know what happened. We lost 3 games in a row. All of a sudden, we're looking incredible. And all I changed was the wing-back defend to full-back support. There we go. And I got a couple of players on loan. And we got rid of Bargeland as well. I had to get rid of him. He was dreadful. Absolutely woeful. And Shiloh's seeming like a new player almost. I don't know what happened to him, but Naranjo, put out of position. What is he doing? He's the captain of the team and he's doing silly stuff like that, getting caught up the pitch, playing out of position. We look so good though. I mean, I don't want to concede a second goal. That'd be really frustrating. But we look solid. Hendricks loses his man. This guy absolutely zoomed past my whole team just then. You have 20 pace, 20 acceleration? Seems like it. Nikolic gets the ball. Of course, made a bit of an error in that first half, giving up that goal. God. I don't know what to make of him. I really don't. I don't know if he's a good goalkeeper or not. It's a tough one. It really is a tough one. There was one game that I dropped him for the Argentinian. I forget what the Argentinian's name is. And is it Aguila? Yeah, Aguila. we just conceded another goal there. That's frustrating. But I put Aguila in goals, and he got a 6 match rating. So I was like, in theory, it says he's better than Nikolic, but then he gets a 6 match rating, and I'm like, Nikolic, he's not so bad. He has some games where he, like this one, for example, concedes 2 goals. And then, like last game when I was off camera, kept a clean sheet. So, I don't know. It's a weird one. Yeah, I guess I'm missing Newlands a little bit. Probably should have maybe tried to get him back on loan. That would have been funny. Anyway, Hendricks with a cross. Doesn't find its way. Cruz on the edge of the box, and Cruz gets his first goal for the club as well. 7 goals we've scored today in the Berlin Derby. Incredible stuff. A 9-goal thriller at the moment. There's still time for more. And somehow my defense has actually got decent ratings considering we, conceded 2 goals. But yeah, as you can see, Gel is back, baby. 10 match rating for Gel. Shiloh with a 6.9. Duarte 7.7. I'm starting to think maybe we've solved our sort of defensive, or at least our fullback positions. The DLs and the DRs. We might have solved that. We're at least looking better than we have. So very pleased with that. Anyways, what I'll do now, guys, is I'll skip forward the 6 days and join you back for the lineup against Nuremberg. As you can see, we've never actually beaten Nuremberg before, so it would be good to start today. All right, so we're back with the lineup. Unfortunately, we got 1 injury today, which is a little bit frustrating. Well, technically 2. As you can see, Duarte picked up an injury. As that has happened, Cano is going to come in. Don't feel totally confident with Cano. Prevel's on the bench. Maybe should I play Prevel? I almost want to play him. He's not match fit, which is a concern. So I'll stick with Cano, I guess, but makes me nervous. And then De Jong, he got injured as well in between at training. So as such, he'll miss out as well. And then Jabale's come back, so Jabale's on the bench, taking his spot. Still got Hendricks on there, still got a few other players, Senhaji, Cruz as well. But yeah, we need Cano to play pretty well today to sort of make sure that we can try and get a win against Nuremberg. We've never done it before, so we need to try and take it. They're in 15th at the moment, so we need to take points off them, is basically what I'm trying to say. And if we play like we did against Hertha, theoretically, we should be winning this game as well. And in typical fashion, we've conceded in the 3rd minute. Lovely. It's just, it is what it is. I don't know. It's almost like maybe I should go defensive until halftime. All right, Shiloh's got it. Nikolic. Lots of pressure from their strikers. Maybe playing a bit of a gegenpress. I think the gegenpress might actually be something that damages us quite badly. They almost get a 2nd goal there, shooting it just over. Yeah, it's weird. I think they're playing with defensive midfielders as well. So they've got lots of attacking options up top. They've got an AML, an AMC, an AMR, and then obviously a striker up top as well. I mean, I'm gonna assume that it will leave them sort of vulnerable as well, but I'll have to wait and see. I mean, they're beating our centre-backs from winning possession, which is really frustrating from those long balls. That's a good save there from Nikolic. I mean, in theory, Nikolic doesn't really make a lot of saves, so pleased he actually made one there. And Nürnberg, for some reason, they look like Bayern Munich at the moment. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I mean, we're dominating possession 72%. Like, ridiculous levels at the moment. I mean, it's a bit more even now, but super frustrating. They've got inverted fullbacks as well. No nonsense centre backs. Interesting. Mbala with a cross. Bit of a poor one, to be honest. Dos Santos to Dantas. Cano. Goes all the way back to Naranjo. Pavicic to Cano. Not a bad cross. If someone was, I guess, a bit more advanced, you know, Perea, essentially. Ooh, Gel winning the ball back really nicely, but we're just giving the ball away. Again, our passing all of a sudden seems terrible, and then we give the ball away just like that. Is that Dantas? Who is that? I want to know who that is. It is Dantas. I feel like he's a big problem in our midfield. I don't know what it is. I think it's his size. Partly his size, anyway. What I'm going to do here quickly is just take tackle harder off these two. I don't want a second yellow card. Not really something we can afford right now, especially when we're trying to get back into the game. But yeah, that's a pretty terrible first half, not going to lie. I mean, we just scored 7 goals and we can't do anything in this one. It's a bit weird. Anyway, Perea, Shiloh. I mean, Perea should have scored, theoretically. Dantas in the box. Gel. I love Gel. He's an absolute talisman for us. When he plays well, we win games. When he doesn't play well, we lose. It's as simple as that. I mean, same goes for Nikolic. If Nikolic plays well, we're probably going to win. If he plays badly, we're 100% going to lose. Because he will concede every shot on target when he's not playing well. Just like that. It's going to be offside, I think. I think he was just off. But he put it in the back of the net, and Nikolic could not save it. So it's been awarded. I thought he was offside personally, but there you go. 2-1 to Nürnberg. Dantas with a corner. Oh, Naranjo. Popping up with a corner goal. Okay. I like it. I like it. 2-2. We're back in it straight away. All right, let me encourage the boys. Let me try and get something from them. And I was saying Dantas wasn't playing too well. He's on an 8.2 now. And we've just conceded again. Interesting. All right, Cano is on a 6.2. Shocking. It's just frustrating, honestly. We're 3-2 down. Pavicic is not playing well, and Bala's not playing well. We need one of them to step up. Senhaji, he's got Mbala. Come on, son. Get a good service in. Perea, oh, straight at the goalkeeper. He's offside anyway. That's super frustrating. All right, Prevel, he's on the pitch for a free kick. Can he score? Do it. Hits the crossbar. Hits the crossbar. So unlucky. All right, last throw of the dice. We'll get pacey Barry on. Maybe he'll do something. Maybe he won't. And at this point, we've got nothing to lose. We're losing anyway, so we'll take Pavicic off. Gel wins the ball back. Perea's got the worst touch known to man just there. That was terrible. We actually had possession and we were counter-attacking. That's just frustrating. That's really frustrating. From one of the better players as well. Then Haji wins it back though. And Gel plays it to absolutely no one. Like, what is that? And they're in behind and they've hit the post. It's going to be... I thought it was offside, but it wasn't apparently. So there you go. Oh, all right, that's pretty much full time. 3-2 loss. Yeah, Nikolic again, not looking good. 6.5. I mean, I probably shouldn't blame him too much, but it's just frustrating. I need a good goalkeeper, but I can't find one can't find better than what we've got without, spending. I could have brought Newlands in for more than half of our budget. But then I would have not been able to bring in certain players. Anyway, that leaves us in 6th place. I mean, there's a few other teams to play, so we'll probably drop back down to about maybe 9th. Realistically, there's even some teams further down. Nuremberg are now 3 points behind us. And we're only like 4 points away from the relegation playoff spot. So a lot of work to be done. We're versing St. Pauli next as well. Another team we always struggle against. So it's going to be a tough one. But smash a like if you enjoyed today's episode. We had a massive derby victory. I've got to remember that we did win that one 7-2. Yeah, disappointing to lose to Nuremberg. I don't really think we deserved to lose that one, to be honest. I think it was pretty even. I know we're the away team, but it just kind of sucks. And it sucks, once again, conceding from your first shot on target. It is what it is. We're more or less just going to have to put up with having a pretty terrible goalkeeper, because all three of them are pretty damn bad at the moment. And like I said, there's no one to replace them. So it is what it is. I'll look for maybe a loan option potentially for January. And I guess we'll go from there. Who knows? Maybe Nikolic will turn it around, become something I don't think he can be, which is a good goalkeeper. We'll go from there. Anyways, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, guys. Still at 65% of you viewers are not subscribed. You guys are my active watchers. However, for the most part, you guys are not actually subscribed. We're pretty much at 2K now, so we're very close. In fact, when this episode comes out, we might actually be there, which would be pretty cool. And it's a goal I've had for a long time. Anyway, absolutely rambling. Make sure you take it easy as always, and goodbye, guys.